the season to be freezing and wipe it out.
Money! Woo!
That's right, it's Winter Wipeout. We've turned the world's most extraordinary obstacle course into an all-new white and wintry wonderland where 24 competitors are about to go head-to-head in a battle for $50,000. We'll see ice-slick spills, frostbitten falls, and bone-chilling tumbles. Only 3 will advance in the bitter cold to face the toughest challenge of all, the Winter Wipeout Zone. The epic competition begins now. One will become a champion, but all will wipe out.
It's really hard.
Hello, America, and welcome to Winter Wipeout. I'm John Anderson. To my left, as always, a winterized John Henson.
Well, it's another cold day. Excuse me, John, I'm talking to America. Our 24 freezing contestants will fall all over themselves for a chance at $50,000. What?
Nothing.
But first, they'll have to face the biggest and coldest obstacle course of all time.
Can we start the show now?
Yeah, no reason to shout. I'm standing right here.
Let's check out the fearsome obstacle. Up first, Johnny, the Winter Wonder Planks.
A perfect way to break the ice.
Then on to the snow debater.
Yeah, it's like the checkout counter at the grocery store, except you stand on it and it throws you at the big balls.
Next up, the snowplow sweeper.
It's got real sweep cred, Johnny.
And finally, the Yule log jam.
Perfect for those winter black and blue.
All right, let's get this Winter Fest started. We have 24 contestants. We have to get that number down to 12.
Yeah, so let's go down to the third member of our Wipeout team, Jill Wagner.
Here comes our first contestant of the day on Winter Wipeout.
I can't see without my glasses.
And I can't chew without my teeth.
This is 23-year-old Kate Harvey tubing down Mount Wipeout. Probably misses her glasses because she's a librarian.
That's an ugly stereotype, John. Not all librarians wear glasses. Some wear contacts.
Maybe so, but she didn't see the easiest route sign, and now she's going to get a look at the extremely difficult Winter Wonder Planks.
Just checking them out. Quick cross-reference.
Oh,
That'll leave a bookmark.
Can't see.
Holy thesaurus, she lost her eyes. Let's check in with Jill to find out more about our sightless librarian.
Can I just try something? Will you trust me?
I guess so.
Wow, look at you.
Incredible, what a transformation. Of course, she'll never see it because she's blind.
My job here's done.
Where am I?
Extreme Makeover Jill Edition. Of course, that's taking away her ability to see.
Anderson, hand me the megaphone.
Oh, great.
Okay, Kate, just run really fast down the snow debater. The big balls are huge and red. You can't miss them.
Oh, did you see that? Because she didn't.
Give that girl a cane and a German Shepherd. Well, somehow Kate's found her way to the snowplow sweeper.
Halsey showing no mercy to the optically challenged.
Can't see without my glasses.
Seeing is so overrated on this obstacle. It's really more about the feel.
Oh, I think I felt that one.
Keep your bones down. I'm trying to study here.
Kate the librarian about to lay those blurry eyes on the Yule log jam.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that could be intimidating.
You see that?
Yes.
Just envision yourself making it onto the first log, over the hurdle, past the sweeper, onto the second log, and onto the finished platform. If you fall, making a frosty swim to this finish spot.
Halsey seems to have 20/20 vision.
Kate is off with a leap of faith, crawling over the bar.
No eyes in the back of her head, and she gets blindsided.
I'm guessing the chances of a blind librarian making it across are better than I expected.
Can't see.
Just one more jump, Kate. Do it for the library. Do it for the love of the Dewey Decimal System. Oh! Holy book smart. I think she Kate stamped her head.
Kate Harvey coming in well past the 7-minute mark.
Which, for legal reasons, has absolutely nothing to do with Jill taking away her glasses.
Gotta go home now.
That's probably a good idea. Who's next?
Yeah, that is 22-year-old Robert Forbes.
Oh, God, what am I doing here?
You're about to take on the winteriest obstacle course ever.
How you doing?
Fine.
I'm doing good.
I didn't ask.
I'm about to not be doing good, though.
John, is he talking to me or the voices in his head?
Yeah, that's a little creepy. Let's find out what he had to say to Jill.
Robert, do you do any impressions?
Yes, I do.
Like what?
I like to creep out my friends by doing my impression of Gollum from Lord of the Rings.
Do it.
Stole it from us. But now I need to win $50,000 on Wipeout so I can get it back from them. My precious.
Creepy.
I don't know, Jill. I'd say that Gollum voice is downright charming compared to that laugh.
Yeah, he's getting quite a chuckle out of the winter Wipeout Wonder planks.
Yeah. Oh, you reap what you sow. Creepy Robert taking one right to the precious.
Now he's stalking the big balls.
Oh, they get a restraining order. God, if it's possible, I think Robert's even creepier in slow motion.
Robert's back up to normal speed, though, coming up to the snowplow sweeper. Pretty much standing there now and eerily unaffected by those snowballs.
Well, he spends a lot of time in the walk-in freezer in his crawl space.
Oh, well, he just walked into the sweeper bar.
Take another look. The snowplow sweeper sends Robert back to Middle Earth.
Well, as Robert creeps on, creeping on, let's head back to the big balls and 40-year-old Daniel Van Beek.
Can't spell danger without Dan!
Oh! And you can't spell Wipeout without you.
Let's see what Jill found out about this proud danger seeker.
Oh, I love your outfit.
Nice double Ds.
Danger Dan, safety third, because that's my motto.
Wait a minute, what's first and second?
It's not safety.
Well, at least you thought it through.
Good luck to you and safety third.
Well, Dan is at our third obstacle, the snowplow sweeper.
Ooh, gives Ballsy the evil eye. Not sure that's a good idea. Oh, and Ballsy gives Dan the business.
Safety third.
Right, third. But what comes first again?
For Dan, it seems to be his face. Pay attention, kids. This is what happens when safety doesn't make the top two.
Danger Dan seems safe enough for the moment, so let's check out the winter wonder planks and Lizzie Daston, who has 5 degrees in art history.
Wow, 5 art history degrees? What's she qualified to do? Wait tables at the Louvre?
He couldn't wait to get on that second plank. Oh, wow, she's getting a lot of air.
Yeah, she's getting higher than her student loan.
Whoa, rush with greatness there.
Oh, she is so Monet, and she doesn't even know it.
As you might expect, contestants getting quite an education on our winter wonder planks today.
Oh, she's a dropout. Oh, talk about a winner break. Oh, Jesus. Oh, getting pop quiz. Oh,
Morning.
A for effort. Who's our next guy?
I hate beavers! Woo!
Man said he hates beavers. Hey, you know you're on TV, right?
That's Myron Nilsson, and Jill got the scoop.
Yeah, I'm a river guide professionally, so I fell into the water once and I got attacked by a beaver.
You serious? How do you get attacked by a beaver?
I was just floating down in the water and all of a sudden this waffle cone looking thing comes out of the water and starts slapping.
Jill, you don't know what it's like to be alone in the wild and have a feral animal attack.
Come on, Ballsy's not that bad.
They say he can smell fear, too.
Keep that in mind. Beaver Scope Myron jumps over the sweeper bar. Oh, hanging on. Really fighting to get back on his feet. Oh, no. Snow plow.
Was it the snowplow, John?
Or was it
The beaver! Fear the beaver!
As long as there's no beavers, I'm cool.
Oh, it's fine. There are just 2 giant logs ahead. Beavers hate logs. Fear the beaver!
Buck teeth and big tails be damned. If Myron doesn't cross the Yule log jam in a hurry, he'll have no shot at advancing. Oh!
That was pretty good.
Beaverful flies over the spanker bar, getting right back up. Oh, mercy! Oh, I missed that, though. What brought him down?
Well, what do you think it was, Johnny? Fear the beaver!
I think you doctored the footage.
Don't hate the beaver, hate the game.
Okay, then. Mother of 3, Cindy K, is in charge of the winter wonder planks.
Oh, mommy dearest! I hope her kids didn't see that.
You know, now that you mention it, Jill spoke to her earlier, and she was not alone.
We have Cindy K down here with us and a lot of kids.
My mommy's gonna win a minivan.
I think that's what we need.
What are you gonna do with kids when you run the course?
Hoping that you'd watch them.
No, Jill doesn't have any training. I'm great with kids. I've watched every episode of Super Nanny.
I don't want to break her.
You break her, you bought her, Jill. Trust me, I've been there.
Johns. Oh, no.
Jill, do what I do and think like a child. In fact, people often tell me I have the mind of a 3-year-old.
Cindy's trying to think like a champion. Nice job hanging out of that sweeper bar.
Oh, Mama Cena, she gets rocked by the Yule log jam.
Okay, time for a potty break.
Again?
I can't help it, man. It's the juice boxes. They go right through me. Hey, would you hold one of these kids?
Clearly, I'm busy hosting the show.
Could you pick any 2, please?
I already have mine, thanks.
Come on, man. I feel like I'm trapped in a collapsed baby mine. I gotta get out.
You know what? For you, we'll go to commercial.
I think the little one just took my wallet.
Stick around, America. Lots more winter wipeouts. Welcome back to Winter Wipeout. You all right there, bud?
Well, Cindy took the kids back. We're empty nesters now.
Yeah, one of the kids left the bottle, huh?
No, this is mine. You know what? Let's get back to our show, shall we? Our next contestant, 26-year-old Jacob Christmas.
Get money!
You know, I used to dance like that, but then doctors found a cure.
I'm afraid to see what kind of moves he puts on Jill.
So what's your strategy for today? Have you thought about it?
Break it down. Break it. Break it. Break it. To the left. To the right.
There's $50,000. What would you do with all that money?
He'd crumb it, Jill.
Maybe it's not about the money.
No, for Jacob, it's really more about the art.
John, Jacob really is a dancing fool.
Well, I agree with part of that statement. You know, I used to be a fly guy, Johnny.
Do I want to hear this?
Oh, yeah, I spent my formative years in a do-rag, acrylic shoes, and some tearaway pants. I think I blocked out the rest.
Jacob dancing through life and perhaps the Winter Wonder playing spell. Oh, a major misstep for Jacob.
Yeah, he leads with his head, and now he's dancing with the stars.
Jacob now ready to shake it with the big balls.
That's more of a vocal warm-up, really.
Cool, man. Double threat.
Oh! Yeah, that's right. He can scream and dance. Jacob stops the ball, pops, blocks, and drops.
Oh, God. Oh, no, you gotta be kidding me.
Ballsy does not kid around, buddy.
It's already freezing.
Don't get cold feet now or he'll knock your foot loose.
Oh, gets swept off his feet.
Wipeout.
Dancing fool Jacob headed to the Yule log jam, and he looks tired.
Yeah, when we're done with him, he might be a broke dancer.
Wrestling past the spanker bar.
Oh, the hips don't lie, John. Or fall.
Second jump. Hey, he's made it.
He's got this.
Can he hit the final mark?
Oh,
Yes! And he celebrates with a mild spasm.
The dancing fool posts an excellent 4 minutes, 6 seconds. Time to get back to the top of the course now. 37-year-old Eric Haley.
Mission Big Balls. Launch countdown. 3, 2, 1. Blast off.
Houston, we have a dork.
No, Eric, what do you do?
I'm a rocket scientist.
no, really, what do you do?
No, really. I'm a rocket scientist.
Really? Because the hat says lumberjack.
I don't even know what to say to you. I've kind of always wanted to meet one of you guys, but
Jill looks genuinely smitten, John.
Well, can you blame her, John? He's a rocket science man.
And with that, Eric launches himself onto the course.
I am really excited. Eric's probably the smartest guy we've ever had on this course. These guys are geniuses. Well, I guess he's what you call book smart.
It's not rocket science.
Good one.
Blast off from the Winter Wonder planks. Oh, splash landing.
That was the worst moonwalk I've ever seen.
Eric's not scrubbing this mission yet, though he really needs a scrubbing.
Oh, shoulder roll off that second plank.
did you see that?
Of course we did, Jill, but can we see it again? Who is this guy? Space TJ Hooker?
Eric now lining up with a snow debater to make contact with the big ball.
5, 4, 3.
Blast off.
Oh! Hey, I wasn't done counting. Eric Haley's coming. We won't see another wipeout like that for 200 years, Johnny.
While Eric catches his breath, let's catch up with 28-year-old Kim Carner.
I'm gonna kill it.
No, I like her intensity.
Let's see what Jill dug up about Kim.
I've loved serial killers since I was a little kid.
Not again.
What would you look for in a serial killer?
Acting awkward around others.
Right.
Awkward in social situations.
Right.
And what about involuntary arm spasms?
Kim's not a killer, Johnny. She's getting her PhD in criminology.
Well, if that doesn't make her into a better criminal, nothing will.
Kim's just toying with the planks at this point.
Oh!
And that laugh sounds eerily familiar.
Yeah, I know where I've heard that laugh before.
A little creepy.
Too bad this isn't the blind date episode. Well, Killer Kim hot on the trail of the big balls. Yahoo! And the big balls bumped her off. She's getting sloppy, John. She left her prints all over that wipeout.
You know, Killer Kim isn't the only one having a hard time in the big balls today.
Ah! He's on a roll. Oh!
Money!
I think he means dirty money.
Ah!
Yeah!
Oh, that was criminal.
You can run, but you can't hide. Oh! More land, apparently.
The snowplow sweepers had its share of victims, too.
We have wipeouts in progress, and they need help getting back up.
Oh! 24-year-old Brittany Beavis looks like she's about to jump bail.
Did you just say Beavis?
That's her name, John.
Cool. Oh, who is that, John?
That's 23-year-old Jess Samuda. And Jill found out where she gets all that energy.
You excited to be here today?
Oh my God, I'm so excited. This morning, I had my favorite food. It's oatmeal. I really like oatmeal.
So, Jess, what are your hobbies?
My hobbies, I really, really like oatmeal. I eat it every day for breakfast and for dinner and lunch.
She's addicted to oatmeal. Does that make her a Quaker?
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have so much energy now.
Maybe that's gonna help her here on the Yule log jam.
Oh, that hit the spot.
Well, if oatmeal doesn't get her moving, the snowballs will.
You know, John, the first step in dealing with an oatmeal addiction is admitting you have a problem.
He is definitely having a problem getting over that hurdle. That is not a warm, toasty way to start the day.
The oatmeal addict likes sticky situations, but can she make it out of this? Oh, she did it!
All she has to do now is stick the final landing.
Well, the platform stuck to her ribs for about a half a second.
Oatmeal addict Jess finishing in just a shade over 5.5 minutes.
Which is about the same time it took her to make a nutritious breakfast.
I got dirt in my eyes.
And she's got more than curds in her way, because in the next round, she'll be competing against creepy guy Robert Forbes, the beaver phobe Myra Nilsson, and our mother of 3, Cindy Kay.
Also moving on, we have rocket scientist Eric Haley, Brittany Beavis, and killer Kim Carter.
Stick around, America. When we come back, 12 contestants will get carried away on the ski lift, and only 6 can move on from there. Welcome back to Winter Wipeout.
Yeah, it's what all the cold kids are doing.
For sure. 12 contestants were frozen out of our qualifier, and a dozen daredevils remain, and they are ready to plow on. Among them are Danger Dan Van Beek, the beaver foe Myron Nilsson, and mother of 3, Cindy Kay.
We also have the dancing fool, Jacob Chrisman, Brittany Davis, and oatmeal addict Jess Samuda. Hey, John, you know what my favorite part of the winter is? Snow angels, man. They're super easy to make. Watch this.
You hurt?
No, I think I fixed my back.
Well, right now, let's fix our eyes on the ski lift. Here's how it works. Contestants will start on floating platforms 10 feet above the icy cold water as the ski lift moves in a circular motion. They have to hang on to the handlebars, lifting themselves over the frozen sweeper arms to avoid being knocked into the water. And to further raise the difficulty level, arms rise higher and higher as they go around. Last 6 contestants standing will move on to the next round, and the last person to hang on receives a $1,000 bonus.
$1,000? Sign me up.
Sorry, you are not eligible. Let's go down to the contestants who are. Dancing Fool warming up for the big hoedown, John.
Yeah, I think this is really more of a mowdown.
What's your calculations, rocket scientist?
Yeah, what's your calculations? What's our trajectory?
Our trajectory? Up and over. Great big arcs. Here we go.
Don't give it away, rocket scientist. That's how we lost the space race.
Oh, God. It'd be really bad to get an itch right now.
Well, that depends on what you're itching there, creepy guy.
Time to crank up the ski lift. First 6 people to drop are out, and we start up those sweeper arms to help speed up the process. Brittany Beavis easily up and over.
That sweeper arm is ready to butt heads.
Holy crap, those things get higher. Oh,
You just said higher.
Odd as you both may be, you are correct. Those arms do get higher and higher as we move along.
come on, big ball, get knocked off.
Oh, there's one. Killer Kim, the sweeper arm's first victim.
Yeah, Killer Kim gets whacked like a stool pigeon who squealed like a rat.
Way to use those metaphors, John.
Whoa! I don't know what a metaphor is, but this ski lift thing is sweet.
Oh, and just like that, 2 more people thrown out of the competition. Oh, look at that. Oatmeal addicts in the air.
Yeah, that sweeper arm kissed her grits. Oh, beaver foam gets a shot to the back.
But he's refusing to let go.
That's because he fears the beaver.
Holy moly. Oh, this is way more intense than I thought it was going to be.
Beavis absorbs a blow, but still gets high enough to clear that arm.
Just say no, Beavis. Oh, holy mother of 3, Cindy Kay is out.
Oh, and that's the 5th person to fall.
Yeah, gone but not forgotten, John, because it's hard to forget someone you never met.
7 remaining. Next to fall is the last out. Final 6 moving on.
Did we make it?
Beavis is not so great at counting.
I think we made it.
Is it that hard to count to 7? No one's safe yet.
Especially with you around, creepy guy.
Are we down to 6?
Listen up, people. One more of you has got to wipe out.
Oh my God, somebody freaking fall.
Yeah, you tell him, Beavis.
Oh! Beavis was asking for 1 more, and she's the one.
She got pounded into the water.
That horn means we've made it to the final 6. I see a dancing fool still in it, oatmeal addict. There's Danger Dan.
Also, creepy guy, rocket scientist, and the beaver phobe.
Oh my gosh.
Now it's a battle for that $1,000 bonus.
Oh, the oatmeal getting stirred up.
Oh, it's Danger Dan who flies off. Wow.
Oatmeal addict flips, but sticks to the bar, and Danger Dan is danger done.
Safety third, Danger Dan 6th. That leaves 5.
Creepy guy sneaks over the sweeper arm. Oh! And leave it to the beaver phobe to go under the sweeper arm.
Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a quitter out of my hat.
And her oats get toasted.
Oatmeal addict, a couple of helpings from the sweeper arm.
Oh, and she's gonna be a little lumpy.
We're down to the final 3. Creepy guy Robert Forbes, rocket scientist Eric Haley, and dancing fool Jacob Christmas.
It's art versus science versus creep.
Ow! Watch that mouth. You got kids watching.
Yeah, take it easy, creep. This is a family show.
Oh, hanging on one hit. No!
Creepy guy got his mouth washed out with snow.
You and me. That's right.
Now it's down to a rocket scientist and a dancing fool.
It's a blast-off, dance-off, John.
Come on, just eat it, man. All right, just take it down. Go, go, go. Eat it like it's your favorite dessert.
Like a moon pie?
Not sure if Jacob's worried here. It's just really windy.
Rocket scientist gets over the first sweeper arm. Oh, but the second one cools his jets.
So kick off those dancing shoes or buy some new ones. Jacob wins.
Yeah, baby, get money!
A triumph of elegance, to be sure, John. That means dancing fool Jacob Christman will be moving on, along with rocket scientist Eric Haley and creepy guy Robert Forbes.
Joining them will be oatmeal addict Jess Samuda, the beaver phobe Myron Nilsson, and Danger Dan Van Beek.
When we return, words cannot describe what we're going to do to these 6 lucky contestants. Well, one word. We are back on Winter Wipeout. He's John Henson. I'm John Anderson.
Which makes us just a couple of Johns out looking for a good time.
I really wouldn't say that at all.
Yeah, that came out weird. I'm sorry. That was my bad.
Yeah. Our final 6 contestants aren't laughing either. They've been frozen and battered like North Atlantic cod.
Yeah, our remaining cold fish are the dancing fool, Jacob Christman, rocket scientist, Eric Haley, the creepy guy, Robert Forbes, oatmeal addict, Jess Samuda, the beaver phobe, Myron Nilsson, and Danger Dan Van Beek. 6 are left, but it's time to cut the field in half again because only 3 will make it to the wipeout zone and have a chance at the $50,000. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the 7-letter word. Or as I like to call it, revenge of the word.
Whatever you call it, here's how it works. Contestants start at the W and the first one to the T wins. In between, they must avoid these sweeper arms and that P puddle. They'll need to bounce off these E diving boards, then navigate the spinning O and the hurdles at the U to get to the end.
Sounds simple enough. If they fall off along the way, there are ladders at the P, E, and U, which spells P-U.
Let's head down to the course where the cool customers are ready to go.
We gotta get the key first.
Speaking of pee, have to pee.
You know, studies show that oatmeal promotes kidney function.
You sure on that?
Well, they're private studies.
Jacob the dancing fool leading this chorus line early on. Oh, clinging to that sweeper arm and takes it for a spin around the room.
He takes out the rocket scientist and oatmeal addict. Oh, and our oatmeal just got soggy.
Wow, everybody's just going down.
Danger Dan avoiding that Arctic blast and daring to step out and take the lead. Dancing fool gets hit in the melon. So does Danger Dan.
Looks like a rocket scientist got earthbound on the W. Oh, I think he just needs some space.
Cold Arctic blast spurring beaver phobe into action.
Beaver phobe damming the torpedo. Oh, dislodge.
Dancing fool's made it all the way out to the E.
Oh, and a lovely demonstration of the classic finger jig.
Rocket scientist propelling himself to the B. Dancing fool still out front, looking to step out with the O.
Oh, he gets dipped by the O.
Rocket scientist sizing up the O-ring. Ooh, well played there. Back with the W, creepy Robert really struggling with the sweeper arms.
Oh, and he sneaks up on the water. Back on the O, it looks like all systems are go for the rocket scientist. Oh, and he splashes into the Sea of Tranquility.
Check this out, beaver phobe chewing up ground, and he's back into the competition.
Yeah, it looks like Dancing Fool has a new partner.
Go for it, bro.
Oh, guess he doesn't like the lead.
No, beaver phobe takes it to the river.
Jacob actually dodging that ice ball. Very smooth move.
Yeah, nobody puts dancing pool in the water.
He lunges to the O, and right on his heels, Danger Dan safely makes it to the E. That's
Dancing pool's the first person to make it to the U to tackle those hurdles. Oh, Lord of the dance that had to hurt.
Meanwhile, his rival, the rocket scientist, seems truly baffled by a ladder. Out front, our dancing fool, 2 steps from the wipeout zone.
Oh, he gets a mouthful of slush.
Close your mouth.
Sound advice, Jill. If it looks like that going down, imagine what it looks like coming out.
Dancing fool, 1 leap from the tee.
And he makes it, triumphantly crumbling to his knees in victory.
While rocket scientist keeps trying to figure out that ladder. Let's head down to Jill.
Wipeout.
Whoa, it's like crumping meets Gumby.
Definitely get it. While he's doing that, here comes round 2.
Round 2, baby.
You heard Jill, you heard the horn. 2 spots left in the wipeout zone. Creepy Rob leading the herd with Myron the Beaver Phobe nipping at his heels. Oh, and the Beaver Phobe gets cut down and sent swimming. Old Double D taking the most dangerous route. See, he loves swimming on the edge.
Yeah, maybe he should try living in the middle.
Creepy Rob is in the lead while Oatmeal Addict stays hooked on the eye.
Oatmeal takes it to the face. Oh, taken to the water.
Hey there, Creepy Guy finally makes a connection with the O.
Beaver Phobe follows right in his footsteps.
Robert, neck and neck.
Beaver Phobe shoots right to the U, the competition creeping up right behind him. Oh! Double dip. Creepy Guy and Danger Dan plunge into dangerous water.
Yeah, Beaver Phobe hops onto the hurdles, but takes it in the and he is chopped down into the water.
Rocket scientist racing over to the U.
Oh, and it's a rough re-entry over those hurdles.
There you go, baby. There you go.
Beaver Phobe is right on Rocket Scientist's tail, but Eric's determined to move on to the wipeout zone. Book him. He's in.
Yeah, he was destined for another successful mission, Johnny. It's science.
Just like gravity. Let's head down to Jill.
Who do you want to see if there's a wipeout zone with you guys?
The easiest competition.
So who would you say?
I'd have to go with RJ.
This is exhausting. I don't want to do this no more.
It's cold.
Hello, it is Winter Wipeout, Jill.
Creepy Guy, Danger Dan, Beaver Phobe, and Oatmeal Addict racing for that final spot in the wipeout zone.
Creepy Guy steps right out front. Oh, and then right off the edge.
Next up is Danger Dan. Oh, he dots the eye with his face.
The Oatmeal Addict tries to shoot up ahead.
Oh, but she gets a Grand Slam breakfast instead. The Oatmeal Addict just bites it again and again and again.
That keeps you regular. Creepy Guy has made his way to the E and has a wandering eye on that O. Oh, no, you don't.
Myron and Jess, neck and neck.
Let's go, guys. Let's go.
Beaver Phobe builds some momentum, ready to head up straight.
Oh, now he's up a creek. And so is Oatmeal Addict.
Danger Dan finally daring to move out of last place.
Danger Dan.
Danger Dan.
He makes it to the E, where Creepy Guy feels socially awkward, jumps, and nails it. Dan makes it to the O, while Creepy Guy really tackling those hurdles.
Made it.
Oh, Creepy Guy just became the fall guy. Danger Dan safely on the U.
Oh, and Danger Dan's taking the lead.
Oh, he is really tackling those hurdles.
Maybe they're tackling him. It's tough to tell.
Oatmeal goes for the big O.
You had your oatmeal!
The Creepy Guy
Looks like he's using the always popular let your opponent screw up first strategy.
yeah, that usually works.
Beaver Phobe looking to get back in the game, trying for that O.
Oh, but he ends up back in the water. Danger Dan tumbles over the hurdles with Creepy Guy sniffing his heel.
I don't like sitting!
Oatmeal Addict seems strangely comfortable on the O. Wonder why.
Oatmeal!
Oh, yeah. Danger Dan, one last hurdle to go. He is up and over. Oh, look at that, desperately hanging on. Robert's creeping up on him.
Coming down the wire.
Well, of course he is, John. It's down to the wire.
Creepy Guy using Danger Dan for leverage, drives over to the tee and takes that final spot in the wipeout zone.
Probably the best finish I've ever seen.
So Creepy Guy moves on to the wipeout zone while our Oatmeal Addict finally falls off the wagon. Joining Creepy Guy in the heat for 50 grand is rocket scientist Eric and dancing fool Jacob Crispin.
Stick around as next our final 3 face off with the Winter Wipeout Zone. Welcome back to Winter Wipeout. We began the day with 24 eager contestants, but their numbers, Johnny, have dropped along with the temperature.
and we are down to our final 3.
That's right. One of them is going to feel all warm and toasty when he walks away with $50,000. But first, they're going to have to shiver their way through this frigid winter wipeout.
Winter wipeout zone made up of the following stages. We'll all start with the bobsled blast off. After catching air, crashing down, contestants must then swim over to our second obstacle, the icy stairway from hell. Contestants have to time their jumps perfectly in order to cross this demonic staircase.
Then they're on to our next obstacle, frostbite. Contestants must navigate their way to the other side while steering clear of these giant icicle teams moving in the opposite direction. That's followed by our last obstacle, the sinister snowflake. No two wipeouts are the same.
One of these fearless competitors is going to walk away with $50,000. It will be creepy guy Robert Forbes, our rocket scientist Eric Haley, or dancing fool Jacob Christmas. Let's find out. First up, Robert Forbes.
Oh, looky, and they even have a coffin for me.
Robert Creepy Guy Forbes seemed a little off on the qualifier, but finished with a respectable time. He just wouldn't go away on the ski lift and barely sneaked past the 7-letter word. Now he's making the competition uncomfortable as he stares down that $50,000 prize.
A gentle flurry of flakes falling as you get a good look at Robert loaded up. The countdown is about to start.
God, what am I doing?
That's a question you should have asked yourself this morning, my friend.
There's the launch. Bobsled building up speed. Oh, Robert is rocking it out into the night.
Take a look, he's got pretty good form here, clasping his hands to become more aerodynamic, or perhaps in prayer.
Jumps onto that first set of stairs now, trying to stay as low as possible. Good idea, because too tall can translate to trouble. Awkward transition to that second stairs. Fighting now to stay on. Oh, and he can't pull it out, and it's an early wipeout.
Yeah, take another look. He's got no toe hold, and with nothing to push off of, he drops into the water below.
Short swim, and he is up for a second attempt.
Struggling again in the same spot.
Managing now to get his whole body over, and he's okay.
You know, Robert's given up a little bit of a height advantage to the other competitors tonight, so he might struggle with these jumps. But he seems to be getting the hang of it now, starting to close in on the top of the staircase.
Oh, that step drops out from under him. He can't get a grip, and he went down again.
Yeah, the stairway from hell leading to a 2-story drop into bone-chilling water and a long swim ahead.
Creepy guy up for his third attempt as he crosses the 2.5-minute mark now.
You know, our Lord of the Rings fan, a bit of an underdog today. We've already heard Eric and Jacob talking a little trash before, so I'm sure Robert wants to make him eat their words.
Really nice work here as he reaches the top of the staircase. That's only half the battle. Coming down equally treacherous. Oh, he's managed to save it.
Yeah, he's got that platform in his sights now.
Lays out for the platform, and he's through.
Unfortunately, all that hard work earns Robert a date with frostbite. Oh, and he gets greeted with a face full of goo. But he's got to keep moving if he wants to set a good time. Oh, that takes a big shot right away. Take another look. That is a shot from an 80-pound icicle, my friend.
4.5 minutes in as he takes off and, shimmies right through those teeth. Robert patiently waiting for an opening. Nice little stutter step, jumping. Oh, he shorts the landing and gets tacked.
Just a step late in timing his jumping. Caught that platform with his face.
Here he goes again. Little touch of frostbite, but he's at center stage again.
He's had a couple of wipeouts so far, but he's recovering quickly.
Needs to get to that last obstacle. Oh, very well done.
Now onto the final obstacle, the sinister snowflake. Oh, gross.
Sorry.
All right, you missed me.
Getting ready. Hops onto that first flake, and now he's moving right away up towards the top.
No.
Oh, got a little out over his tips and wipes out.
Yeah, Robert's starting to get the hang of it, but couldn't make the transition fast enough.
Take 2. Now he had the right idea the first time. Get on a peg and then let the snowflake do the work. Looking solid here. Just wants to keep his balance, not get ahead of himself. Textbook jump to the second snowflake. Coming around to the finished platform. Oh, an easy exit.
Yes.
Stop the clock. Nice.
And Robert throws down the gauntlet with a very respectable time of 10 minutes, 28 seconds.
And now to see if it holds up, 2 contestants looking to take it down.
Including the rocket scientist Eric Haley, who is loaded up and ready for launch.
Rocket scientist Eric Haley's interstellar performance in the qualifier gave him one of the top times and thrust him onto the ski lift, where he hung on to advance and just missed out on the $1,000 prize. Now, after acing the 7-letter word, he's propelled himself into a space in the wipeout zone.
Yeah.
Our rocket scientist in familiar territory here, just waiting for that countdown.
Let's light this candle. $50,000 on the line. The bobsled blast off. Yay! Eric has cleared the tower.
Look at that distance, Johnny. You can see he's a man that knows a thing or two about space travel.
Good launch, but not a great swim. A little slow getting over to the icy stairway from hell.
Yeah, you know, there's no science to these stairs, John. They just drop at completely random intervals.
Might not be science, but Eric appears to have the right formula so far, cruising up the stairs. A great leap to that top step.
Boldly going where no rocket scientist has gone before and setting a great pace.
Whoa, a big jump. Needs to put on the brakes. Oh, a little sloppy, and he gets wet.
Yeah, going down the stairs, totally different challenge than climbing up.
Eric didn't take much time going up or wiping out there on his first attempt. A little more tentative here on his second run, but still pretty quick.
Yeah, he's already wiped out once on the stairs. Got to be more conservative this time around.
Again, to the top of the stairs. Now, will he take the easy way or the hard way down?
Well, this is where he had trouble last time.
Oh, and the water waits below. Remarkably similar runs for rocket scientist and Creepy Robert so far. 3 attempts, right around 3 minutes.
Eric has been consistent all day today, but is it going to fall apart for him on the stairs?
Makes it back to the top with ease again, but can finally figure out the descent. Steps safely onto that 3 slow stairs. He might have figured this thing out.
Yeah, only 1 step to go now. Oh, a little fumble, and he belly flops onto the platform. He is right on pace with Robert's time as he turns his attention to frostbite.
And he just makes a run. Oh, so much for timing.
Yeah, that could prove very costly for Robert tonight.
Hard to calculate when you're covered in goo. Makes his move. No trouble with the frostbite teeth there. Might be hiding a slide rule. Halfway home now.
Remember, Robert wiped out twice on a frostbite, so if Eric can make it out clean, he stands to gain some real time.
Dashing for the platform. Look at those jets. He's got it.
And that puts him 2 minutes ahead of the pace set by Robert.
Not overthinking this. He jumps right on. Not graceful. Good enough. Oh, dives for the second snowflake. He stays up. Eric is holding on. Denied.
Yeah, he almost made it across on pure adrenaline, Johnny, but he just couldn't pull himself up on that final platform.
Still has a time cushion on Robert, so he begins his second attempt. Has to be battling some nerves here as well as the snowflakes. Dives headlong for that set. Oh, he overshoots and goes right through the middle.
Yeah, Eric made a blind leap of faith, but ended up playing human pinball.
It's his third attempt now, and probably his last attempt. Not going to have time for another wipeout.
Looking strong here.
Positioning himself for that critical leap to the last snowflake. Perfect.
Yes.
Now turning for home. One more jump. Yeah, the rocket scientist has landed.
And with a time of 9 minutes, 38 seconds, sorry, underdog, we've got a new leader.
And that leader is rocket scientist Eric Haley. We come back. They've been rivals all day long. Jacob, the dancing fool, challenges for the $50,000. Welcome back to Winter Wipeout, where a rocket scientist and a dancing fool have been battling it out all day long.
That's right. Will the $50,000 go to the distinguished member of the scientific community or the guy who's down with Jill right now?
W-I-P-E-O-U-T. Wipeout.
Dancing fool Jacob Chrisman tangoed with our qualifier this morning, escaping without a scratch. But it wasn't until the afternoon that he really started to shine when he took the lead on ski lift and the 7-letter word, managing to swing himself into the wipeout zone.
Jacob loaded for bobsled blastoff, the only man standing between Eric Haley and $50,000.
The timer starts, looking to be 9 minutes and 38 seconds here.
Jacob gets great distance off the launch, really reaching out. His entry point only about 10 feet from the ramp.
Dancing Fool's flying a lot farther than anybody else today.
So Jacob's off to a great start, but how you finish depends a great deal on the second obstacle, the icy stairway from hell. The MVP in the wipeout zone tonight, it's tormented all of our contestants.
Jacob making pretty good time so far.
He moves quickly onto that third set of stairs, leaps for the top. Oh, and Jacob goes sailing off, dropping 2 stories into the water.
Yeah, take a look. Right at the top, the stairs drop out from under him, and he falls like a stone.
Jacob having to go at it again.
These things slow down.
No, they don't. In fact, they might get faster.
Those lanky limbs have been helping him all day, and they're allowing him to gobble up ground on these stairs.
Yeah, he's getting a lot more vertical than Robert or Eric, standing almost upright at this point.
Needs to be aware of Eric's time, but his full focus has to be on these stairs. Oh, he survives that leap and landing.
Look at that. It's like he's caught in a snowstorm, Johnny. Hold on for dear life out there, just taking a pummel.
It is all downhill from here. Another aggressive move. He is not backing off.
Jacob showing no signs of slowing down so far. Oh, struggling to stay on, pushing himself back onto the staircase. A fall here would leave a long swim, John.
Wow, what a battle between Jacob, the stairs, and the platform. What a save, and it pays off at the platform.
Only one wipeout on the stairs. He's setting a blistering time so far.
Yeah, but next up, Frostbite, a lot more work.
Yeah, and unlike what we saw earlier, he's taking a second to try to figure this thing out first.
Now jumps into action. Great agility, excellent footwork, dancing around and through those teeth.
Nobody's made it through Frostbite without a wipeout yet today. Jacob be the first.
Racing across. Oh, clipped by that last two. He can't slow down. Oh, momentum carries him off the ramp.
Yeah, take a look. At least he gets both feet onto the platform. So he'll have the opportunity to move on to our last obstacle, the sinister snowflakes.
Good break there. Jacob building up a huge lead over Eric's time. Will the snowflakes be his demise or confirm his dominance and victory?
And the dancing fool taking a moment to collect himself.
He can afford to play it safe now, which is a rare luxury in the wipeout zone, but not him.
Is he gonna stick this on his first attempt?
Look at that, he does it! Dance with me! A fabulous time, 3 minutes and 46 seconds.
Hey, Jacob, guess what? You won $50,000. You just won Wipeout.
Johnny, lightning quick and light on his feet.
Who's the fool now, huh? He just danced his way to $50,000.
Jacob Christman, baby.
Yeah.
All righty, join us next week when another 24 contestants will brave the cold in our outlandish obstacle course for a chance to win $50,000. Until then, I'm John Anderson.
And for our colleague Jill Wagner, I'm John Henson saying good night and big ball.